Yeah, first off, just want to say I'm proud of this football team to even have a football game tonight with all the different things that we've battled the last 7 months. Hats off to both Alabama and to us to field a team. Proud of the fight that our team displayed at the end. Could have easily gone a lot of different ways when the offense fumbled that first possession of the second half, and we didn't. We all stuck together, got a little momentum with that next drive, got a field goal, and then obviously scored on that next drive after the turnover. And so saw some fight there at the end, and that was important. But bottom line, we didn't play well enough on either side of the ball or in special teams to win the game tonight. We had 2 turnovers. One in the special teams and then one on the offensive side of the ball. And then defensively, we got to get off the field on third down. They were 9 of 14. Just not good enough. So got a lot of work to do on both sides of the ball, and that's what we're going to start tomorrow.
First question, guys, comes from Peter Baugh from The Athletic. Peter, go ahead.
Hi, Eli. What kind of led to your decision to start Sean tonight, and how do you kind of evaluate his performance?
Thought Sean gave us the best chance to move the ball with his legs and some of the read game we were going to try. He'd played in some games before, so he had that experience against some of these guys. And I thought he handled it well. I think him and Connor both had some flash points and both did some things they got to learn from. Obviously, the sacks were very disappointing and the negative plays. And that's really the thing that we've been preaching all fall camp is we got to stay away from the negative plays. And both quarterbacks did some really good things, but they got to eliminate the negative plays in order for us to be successful offensively.
Bill Pollock, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Coach, just talk about some of the positives from tonight. And I know it's tough with a loss, but just the first game and what you saw out there that you were encouraged by.
Yeah, like I said, I thought our defense fight in the third and fourth quarter, I thought that stop after the fumble, putting the ball on the ground, they went out there and held them to a field goal right there. Could easily went the other way. I thought that was positive. I thought Martez Manuel made some really key tackles and clutch plays tonight. He was all over the field. Offensively, I thought our offensive line actually played pretty well. I thought they opened up some holes. I think we were pretty good on some short yardage runs. But we just got to do a better job at the quarterback position, keeping us out of negative plays.
Dave Matter from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Dave, go ahead.
Eli, when you look at both quarterbacks, is it a situation where every week you'll kind of decide what to do and you kind of like what they both give you as a tandem?
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't thought about anything about moving forward. I just won't worry about tonight. We'll watch the tape and then we'll figure out what we're doing moving forward.
Next one comes from Suichi Terada from the Kansas City Star.
Hey, Eli, you guys were able to move the ball today. I forgot. It's like 21st down.
Like that surprises you.
No, not necessarily. I was just curious, like how much have you guys talked about just finishing drives and just the importance of that once you get into Alabama territory?
Yeah, we move the ball just fine. We got to stay out of negative plays. We can't take sacks. When we have a chance to execute on fourth downs, we got to execute the block. It's all about execution. We're not surprised by moving the football. We thought we had a good game plan. We thought we got good players. But we got to execute, and we can't have self-inflicted wounds, and that's really what happened to us tonight. And we're gonna put our big boy pants on and go to work tomorrow and figure out how to get it corrected. We got another tall test next week.
Next one comes from Andrew Kaufman from KMIZ.
Hey, Coach, just the overall atmosphere playing a football game during a pandemic. What did you think of it all? Like, how did it compare versus what you thought it might be?
I have no idea. I haven't had a furrow field, home field advantage before, so I don't have any basis of comparison. But was glad that we were actually able to get to play football. But like I said, I got no basis for comparison.
Next one comes from Kyle Pinnell from the Maneater. Kyle, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, we saw a little bit of it tonight, but just how important is that pre-snap motion and action around the line of scrimmage and the offense that you want to run this season?
Yeah, I guess it's important. It does a nice job of hiding our tendencies. Yeah.
Colin O'Brien from Jeff City. Go ahead, Colin.
Eli, at what point this week did you find out that you weren't going to have Coach Harbison up in the booth? And do you anticipate it being a larger issue going forward other than just him missing the Tennessee game as well?
I got a text message at 6:34 Friday morning alerting me that we had some positive tests from the COVID on Thursday. We immediately, made phone calls to all the positives and then began our contact tracing. And so 6:34, I guess, was the first time I realized we'd be without Coach Harbison. I don't know. With COVID, you don't know. We take another test tomorrow. I'll get the results sometime Monday. We'll make an adjustment there. We take another test Tuesday. I'll get the results Wednesday. I'll make another adjustment there. We take a test Thursday. I'll get the results Friday morning at 6:34, and I'll make another adjustment there. There's no magic formula to it. We just wake up every day and then deal with the results.
Mitch 40 from Power Mizzou. Mitch, go ahead.
Eli had a little bit of issues connecting to Zoom, but I don't think this was asked. The defense struggled a little bit to get off the field on third down, especially in the first half. Do you chalk that up more to the pass rush needing to get to the quarterback sooner, or coverage, or a combination of both?
Works all together. I mean, that saying a little bit's being nice. They were 9 for 14 on third downs. I mean, that's not good enough. We talked about that was going to be the key to winning the game was how we did on third down. We started fast with 3 and out. And then after that, we just didn't do enough. We had a chance to hit him right there down there in the goal line. I think Nick came through, and then they ran across her all the way across the field, and we hit him. We weren't there in coverage. There's a couple times they threw it right in front of our middle hole player on our cover 3 stuff, on an end cut in front of him. We got to be there. So, we got a lot of work to do. We put it on tape. We got to get it taken off tape. That's what we'll start with tomorrow.
Eric Blum from the Columbia Daily Tribune. Eric, go ahead.
Coach, you just defensively, what were you trying to do to try and stop the likes of Jalen Waddle? And then how did you kind of just adjust when you saw that he was getting downfield and getting space?
Yeah, I mean, Crud, that guy's a heck of a player. We had several different times. I mean, the touchdown they threw to him, hats off to him and Mac Jones for a heck of a throw. We had a double team on him. Obviously, we didn't cover him well enough, but he's a dynamic player. We tried to double him. We tried to mix in zone. We tried to heat up the quarterback. It wasn't as effective as we wanted it to be, and so we'll chalk it up and go back to work next week.
Bennett Durando from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Bennett, go ahead.
Eli, this was sort of the first time we've seen Jalen Knox working out of the slot a lot. When did you sort of first talk to him about the ways that he can work in space over the middle instead of just sort of go routes out wide? And what did you think of the way he did using the middle today?
Yeah, I thought Jalen played well. We moved him all over the field. We moved him a slot receiver. We had him out as a perimeter receiver. When we got the 2 grad transfer guys, that's what we knew we were going to do was move him inside and give us a little bit more flexibility in our offense to create some space. I thought him and Dom Jacinto really stood out in a positive way tonight. I know that Dame had a couple of catches and we got to do a better job, giving those guys chances down the field.
Dave Matter from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Eli, what more can you say about your offensive line? Zeke Powell just joined your program, seems like weeks ago, and he's your starting left tackle. What do you think you saw from that group?
I saw a lot of fight. I really did. I thought those guys answered the bell. I don't think it was an issue of not being good enough at all. I thought our guys fought. I thought they opened up some holes. I probably didn't give them enough chances in the run game to really get it going in the first half, and that's on me as a play caller. Thought Larry Roundtree ran really hard, and I got to get him some more runs.
Peter Baugh from The Athletic. Peter, go ahead.
Eli, you actually just touched on this. I was going to ask about what you kind of saw from Larry's performance tonight, and how did you think he did out there?
Yeah, he's a fighter. I mean, that's the number one thing. He's a fighter. He runs tough. He runs physical. It means the world to him, and I got to do a better job feeding him.
Next one comes from Mitchell 40 from Power Mizzou. Mitch, go ahead.
Obviously, we don't have a baseline to compare, your offense in the past, but it seemed to me like there weren't a ton of shots down the field. Was that called on your end, or were the quarterbacks kind of taking what they were given?
Yeah, it's my fault.
Jack Sobel from the Maneater. Jack, go ahead.
Coach, what did you make of the performances of the freshmen, Rakestraw and Abrams Drain?
I think Ennis got a chance to compete a lot. I think he ended up playing a little bit more than we probably wanted him to, just because of the injuries of other guys. Chris, Did some good things, didn't affect the game negatively or positively, but did a nice job when he got in there and his contributions.
All right, the last one for Coach is going to come from Eric Blum from the Columbia Daily Tribune. Eric.
You kind of mentioned it there, but did you get a chance to talk about the condition of Jarvis Ware and, what's his status going forward?
Yeah, I briefly visited with him after the game. It looked like a knee injury, and I don't think it's serious, but we'll take an MRI tomorrow, and we'll get the results back and go from there.
All right, we'll let Coach go with that. Thanks, guys. Hang on for the